It took me 10 years and over $10 million in closed deals to realize this. Sales isn't about selling products. Sales is about transforming lives. Hey, I'm Corinne. I'm a portfolio seller and I'm the founder of The Closer Factory. After a decade at some of the biggest tech companies in the world, I am sharing the real lessons that I think few people talk about in sales. So these are the 10 principles that I've observed that separate top sellers from average performers. Lesson 1, sales isn't about the product. Everyone that tells you that sales is about pushing harder is lying to you. Here's what I learned really early on. People don't care about your product's features. They care about what their life looks like after using it. If you're only selling the product, you're really just competing on price. But when you sell transformation, you compete on vision. For example, working in tech sales, I sell advertising technology, I sell cloud technology, but it's not really about the technology. I sell growth, I sell freedom, and market dominance for businesses. Once you make that shift from product sales to true transformation, your conversations change completely. Lesson 2. You will hear 100 no's before a yes. So if you are tired of hearing no after no after no, let me let you in on a little secret. You are doing it right. I've had stretches where I have gotten rejected 20, 30, 40 times in a week. And the mistake that new sellers make is that they think they're failing. In reality, rejection is the data that leads you to the right prospect. So think of every no as a filter. It's moving you closer to the yes that matters. Sales isn't about avoiding rejection. It's about normalizing rejection and keeping that momentum anyway. Lesson 3, persistence wins. Here's exactly how to never fail in sales. Don't quit during a no season. So there were months when all I got was rejection. Deals fell apart, pipelines dried up. And I thought very often, maybe I'm not cut out for this. But here's the thing, in sales, your dry seasons are your test. They test if you're consistent enough to keep showing up even when the results aren't immediate. So the people who survive the no periods come out with thicker skins and stronger skill set. Lesson 4, support your buyers. The fastest way to lose a deal? Drowning your buyer in facts. When what they actually need is validation. Your prospect already has unlimited access to information. They can Google reviews, they can read customer testimonials, they can compare prices. But what they don't have is certainty. Certainty that they are making the right decision, that the solution won't backfire, that they won't look foolish to their peers, to their boss, or to their spouse. And that is where you come in. Your role isn't to overwhelm them with more data. It is to partner with them in the decision-making process. To say, I hear you, and here is why this really makes sense for you. Or, here is why this doesn't make sense for you right now. Here is why you are safe to move forward. So when you shift from being a salesperson to being a guide, you build trust that lasts long after the sales call. And even if they don't buy right away, you've positioned yourself as the person that they will come back to when the time is right. If you actually want to grow as a setter, a closer, or an affiliate seller in 2025, you need community. And that's why I built The Closer Factory, a free community where setters, closers, and affiliate sellers learn and grow together. Inside, you'll get training, Q&As, and a network of other ambitious sellers who aim to be at the top just like you. Don't do this journey alone. I didn't do this journey alone. I wouldn't recommend it. And join through the link below. Lesson 5, build relationships beyond the buyer. Some of my biggest wins didn't come from the buyer at all. They came from the people standing around them. One of the largest deals that I ever closed actually didn't come directly from the buyer. It happened because I built a genuine relationship with their assistant. There are always people that are whispering in your buyer's ear. Their colleagues, their business partners, their assistant, their team members, even their family. So if you focus on only the main buyer, you are missing out on the invisible network that can make or break your deal. The assistant who controls the calendar, the finance lead who questions the numbers, the team member who is worried about their workload. When you show up for everyone around the buyer, you build an ecosystem of trust. And oftentimes, those same secondary people influence the buyer and become future buyers later down the line. Lesson 6, master your offer. The only way to feel truly confident on a sales call is to absolutely dominate and master your offer. You want to master your offer so well that you could pitch it at 3 a.m. in your sleep. I think personally, there's really no shortcut here. Confidence doesn't come from luck. It comes from practice, persistence, grit, hustle, and determination over and over and over again. The top closers that I've worked with, the top setters that I've worked with, the top affiliate marketers that I've worked with didn't memorize their scripts. They role played. They tested objections. They rolled objections one after the other. They could explain the product upside down, inside and out, backwards and forwards. That's how you show up calm and collected under pressure because you've already rehearsed the hard parts. Lesson 7, build a big pipeline. The easiest way to miss quota? Believing that every deal is going to come through. I never aimed for quota in my sales career. I've always built 3x my quota. Why? Because life happens. Deals stall, prospects ghost, budgets get slashed. So if you only plan for success 100% of the time, you're already falling behind. The way to hit targets consistently is to assume that more deals are going to fall behind than you expect. So build a pipeline so big that losses can't shake your foundation. Lesson 8, play the long game. Most reps treat a no like the end. The best reps treat it like the beginning. Some of my biggest clients were people who told me no and no and no again at first. But instead of burning the bridge, I tried to stay in touch. I prioritized. I followed up with value. And when their situation changed, guess who they called? Sales is truly a marathon. It's not a sprint. The best closers respect the timing of the buyer, and they're still standing there when the timing is right. Lesson 9, sell what you believe in. This is my favorite lesson, and I cannot emphasize it enough. If you're not passionate about your offer, it's going to feel like climbing Mount Everest. Selling something you don't believe in completely drains you. It feels heavy, and prospects can feel that from a mile away. There are so many products and so many amazing offers out there. Take your time and be selective to find one that really excites you, that really lights you up. Because when you genuinely believe in your product or your solution, your conviction does the heavy lifting. Passion is truly contagious. And lesson 10, get into character. Have some fun. Here's the truth. Sales is part skill and it's part performance. People buy from people who feel like them. So understanding human psychology here is really, really important. Buyers don't just buy logic. They don't just buy a product. They don't just buy a solution. They buy likability. They buy people who understand their world, who understand their pain points and challenges, what they're going through. And sometimes that means you gotta step into character. So try adapting your tone, adapting your energy, adapting your vocal variation, adapting your body language. Great sellers are truly hard actors. They can mirror, they can empathize, they can, most importantly, connect. And when you practice this, your close rate will skyrocket. I promise. Sales isn't about chasing commissions. It's about persistence, it's about passion, and it's about people. These lessons are what carried me through a decade of wins and losses. And they're the difference between struggling for a deal and building a career that you absolutely love. So if this resonated with you, subscribe for more. And don't forget to join the Closer Factory. It's free, it's powerful, and it's where ambitious sellers go to level up. See you there.